Y'all, and I know nobody gonna be up for this, but I had to use a lot. First of all, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Busyblu, and I'm back. Okay, in my hotel room. I'm on a work trip in Aspen, so I'm taking some time out here to, network and schmooze. I don't think anybody should be up for this video. This is the time I would be up because it's what 2 it's 3 o'clock here, and I would be up. What's 4 o'clock here? I would be up. I would be getting ready to walk out the door. To be honest, oh, what's up, people over here? Y'all go to sleep. But this is the time that I would be up, like getting up if I was at home and walking out the door to go to work. But y'all, so what's up? What's up, Ken? What's up, y'all? So I'm sitting in my hotel room, and I guess I'm just not getting used to the time difference or whatever. Still, I've been in Colorado for maybe. I got here last week on Thursday. So I've been in Colorado for a couple of days now, and still my body has not gotten used to the time difference. So I'm still waking up. I said goodnight to Bay, and I woke up at we went to sleep almost at the same time, woke up at the same time. So I gotta get this off my chest. So I tried my best. I took some time. And I'm laying down, sitting in my hotel bedroom, chilling, eating chips and stuff, just real, just taking some time. And I saw something that just said Jackson video from Rob Has a Podcast. Now I have some concerns about Rob Has a Podcast. I'm gonna get into that on another video. I don't want to. I'm gonna do it in another video. It's just the way that I'm now starting to view it, and like how minorities fit into that spectrum or not, or which minorities do fit into it. If you get my drift, but I'm not gonna talk about it right now. But I clicked on said Jackson video. Now this is apparently a video of Jackson talking to Taryn Armstrong now about not being in the show no more. And his experience and what happened throughout. Now, if y'all know me and y'all know this channel, after the girls, like after the confetti drops or whatever, I'm over them. Like that's not my thing. I've never been one to follow the individuals after, try to see what life is looking like with them outside. If they're interacting with whatever season of Big Brother I'm watching, okay, then I care. If once the season is over, I don't care. Like I really don't care about y'all. I care about the show. I care about the people who are on the show. I care about what's happening with the show. So I'm not one of those people who, once the show is over, now following their lives is now, unless they interact with me. Like me and Davon, we like interact. She follows me, I follow her. She'll retweet my videos, stuff like that. Who else is like that? Scotty. Like me and Scotty are like that as well. Scotty follows me, I follow him, we interact. So this is gonna definitely be outside of the norm. What's going on? I saw Nicole's video too. Now, the best thing I can say for Nicole, if she wants to continue to get my love and adoration and for me to stand for her, is to stop. What I loved about Nicole is her underdogness, her realness, and her, being this pebble of hope, in this mountain of despair that we call Big Brother 21. That's Martin Luther King, catch that. But at this point, I'm seeing her once I saw her with Andy Cohen, I said, okay, no. We gotta sit down, girl. Like you're pushing it. You're pushing it. So I clicked on the video and I saw that it was Jackson and Taryn, right? And they got right into the mess. They got right into the interview, which was cool, whatever. I'm trying to find the best way to say this. Don't do it, Busy. She truly has compassion in her heart, and that is right. No, New Dawn, you're right. What I do love about Nicole is what I loved about her in the house. I think you know how fame can sometimes take you to become something else, or you come off as different. And I think that once I started seeing her more and more and more and more and more and more and more, she didn't remind me of me anymore. She didn't remind me of, and maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a good thing because, I'm still sitting here doing, small time videos. Maybe that's a good thing, but I just felt like she was becoming famous. And the fame and everything she was doing and how she was doing it. Now I'm seeing her on billboards, or exaggeration, but now I'm seeing her. I feel like it was taking a piece of the authenticity that I got from her and the genuineness that I was getting from her and the lovableness that I was getting from her. And not that she changed in those interviews, I got Nicole out. It's like, okay, I'm not clicking on another thing. So still love her. But back to Jackson. And I hope you watch this. I know you won't. Let me tell y'all what a problem is with what's going on, Mama Ghost. Let me tell y'all what the problem is that I have with Jackson. And again, this is really early, so I don't expect anybody to be on. So I apologize. And again, it would be 6:30-ish back at home, but I'm in Colorado right now. So I'm still on East Coast time, and I cannot shake it. I really cannot shake it. I keep waking up at the same time I wake up back at home. So white people. And I was watching this video, and it was of like two white people talking, but let me just say white people first. My frustration with Jackson in this circumlocution, it started with, don't tell me, this is what I have a problem with. And y'all tell me if y'all feel me, if y'all get what I'm saying. This is everything that he did in one breath. It was, oh, nothing that I did was because of the color of their skin or because of who they were. It could have been someone who was white. It could have been someone who was Latinx. It could have been someone who was this. It could have been someone who was that. Da, 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 da. I did that because of the game, and that's why that happened. Did I say some things that I really shouldn't have said? I did. I can't apologize enough. But I didn't do anything wrong because I feel like it was all a part of the game. And those people just fit into that box of what was going on in the game. And I was going off of those. If it was anybody else, then I would have, but I didn't do anything wrong. But I apologize, and I can't apologize enough. But I never did anything wrong because I would have treated everybody the same way. But I am sorry for the. What you saying, dog? Like, what are you saying to me? And what frustrates me, and maybe people need to send me more clips and people need to give me more things, because I didn't even get into the crux of the interview yet. For him to sit here and make it seem like, oh, I would treat every other game player this way, outside of the way he treated Cat for his misogynistic ways, I didn't see him. The people who actually turned their back on him, the people who actually backstabbed him, the people who actually did bad things to him, negatively affected him in his game, he didn't call them scum or they're cancer in the game. He didn't do none of that. So for him to keep walking with this narrative of, oh, it could have been anybody, that's a lie, bro. It's a lie. And I think what bothers me about him and coming up to defend his racist and misogynistic ways, and the only reason I'm saying it is racist because he got to the point where there was a part in the kitchen when people thought that he said the N-word. I don't know what he said. And I think back then I said, I don't know what he said. And he was like, well, people are trying to make me say that, if I didn't defend him, then clearly I'm a racist if I'm something with a racist. It's been very clear. Because it sounded like he went back and watched the videos. And if you don't think your friend Jack is a racist, it starts right there. But it's been very clear that young man said some very questionable racist things. And you didn't stop him then. And you want to pick on the part where you don't understand or don't know if who said the N-word, so I didn't defend. But you was there during those other times. You was there during any other time that he was putting in the rice pudding in and all of that. Don't try to use this one time to make it seem like you're not doing something that you know that you are. Back to the forefront, though. He's trying to explain away things that he actually did and the way he felt as a game move and something that he would do regularly that he didn't do with the other people. And it don't make sense to me, bro. Now, I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, I'm normally stuffy because I have a post-nasal drip, but at this high altitude, y'all gonna hear me sniffing. I'm sorry. Don't sit here and tell me this Donald Trump. Oh, I always lock people up in cages. It's just what I do. And if it was my family, if they were treating me like that, I'll do it too. Why the cage is not out? And throughout the whole interview, I hate people trying to. I think what would have been better. First of all, you know who's smart right now in this situation? Jack. I give it to the girl because he said, "Look, what y'all not gonna do is get me to do. I was wrong. I know I was wrong, and that's that. I was wrong. I know I was wrong. Ain't nothing more I can say." And what Jack has been doing is going on Instagram, doing videos, and on Twitter or whatever. You got Christy crying about what she can or cannot do because she can't help with the. But here goes Jackson, here to try to defend. I feel like I would have, and the only reason I gave Jackson hope out of the others is because the genuineness of his family towards him and the way he seemed shocked or hurt by the news. Like, girl, the people think you're racist, and to be, I celebrated, his win in his depression. But I gave him a chance. I was thinking, okay, maybe he'll go from this experience, take from this experience, go home, watch what happened, and say, wow, okay, I can see that. And there's something there. There's something there. Because you make decisions for a reason, and whether you are, sometimes you subconsciously make decisions, and sometimes you got to step back and be like, well, it took me to go into therapy to realize, that's why I'm doing it, and I'm trying to tell my therapist what I thought. And I truly thought that he was gonna go into, hiding for a bit, watch that stuff, come out and be like, yo, I watched this stuff. And I wasn't looking at it that way. I didn't think about it that way, or in the moment, or in the game, and high stakes and your adrenaline and all this stuff. But as I rewatched it, I made some very questionable decisions, and there's a lot of stuff that I have to learn. And I reasoned with myself for a lot of those decisions. There's definitely a lot of learning that I have to do. There's definitely a lot of stuff that I have to, a lot of things I have to grow from. No. You know what he did? He said, look, I watched it back, and yes, I probably said a lot of questionable things, and I probably, but it's because the only person who was cooking with this, the fact that he still defended the cooking aspect in this interview. Let me read some of these comments. Ghost said, "If you walk like a duck, talk like a duck." Yeah, of course, duck. You are a duck. But boo for Jackson. I admit, but Jackson to admit he was wrong with me and he was wrong in something. And well, yep, he don't do nothing wrong for real, for real. New Dog said, "Please don't make a mistake." He was shocked that all of that was caught on camera. You know what frustrates me about any of this show? In the casting, and I don't know what they tell these people when they put them on the show. They always be like, "Oh, you haven't watched everything. You're only catching clips and bits and pieces of." And this is like when they put them in the house and they tell them you're going to be watched 24/7, and these are all the cameras that are in the house. Do they also not let them know, girl, like these people can watch this stuff 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? I know some people who only watch feeds. Shout out to honestly Monica. Do they not tell them that? Because even in this interview, it was like, well, see, this was what you guys saw on the show. No, this is what we saw on the feeds. F the show. This is what we saw live streaming. Whenever CBS wanted to give it to us, this is what we saw live streaming. And this is just a message to you, Jackson, and anybody like Jackson. It's very hard to admit that you're wrong. Just point blank, period. It's hard to admit that you're wrong. I have trouble with it. It's even more difficult to admit that you've done something that's not PC. You said something that's not PC. And you're a public figure. I understand. The girls try to get me together all the time. Well, not even say they try. The girls get me together all the time in the comments because I'm not perfect and I have a lot of growing to do. But I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to learn from these experiences and move forward. I don't see growth or perspective in if you hear that this whole community, you hear the African American community is up in the uproar, or they feel like there's some type of implicit bias that was created, or some judgment, or the way that you made your judgments or your decisions was based off of race or differences, and you say you take a break, you go home, you watch all this stuff, you come back and you say, well, that's just y'all. That's an indication right there. You're not learning, bro. You're not learning. You're not trying to take in anything. You're not even trying to learn. I can't tell you that I'm hurting, and then you tell me that's just, I don't know what to tell you. And not even and making it seem like he's been reflective. I've gone back and I've watched it, and you still feel this, and you feel this way. Yo, it was hard to watch. It was very, 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 very hard to watch. And I think what hurts is that as we continue to move into this new period, we're looking for, new president candidacies, and, cultural sensitivity is a real thing. And it doesn't make it bad. Y'all, I'm not white, so I don't know what the frustration could be, but I do know that there are a lot of cultures and a lot of things that I'm not. And if somebody was like, yo, girl, you just can't say that, first I'll ask why. And then once they tell me why, I'm like, okay, well, you got it. There's a lot of other words I could use, a lot of other things I could, and people get so mad, so angry. Like, people get mad, get angry. Ooh, you shouldn't use the word, and why can I? And I feel like Jackson is on this road where he feels so self-informed, he feels so woke, he feels so good about. I told y'all when I lived in Vermont, no shade to Vermont, I love Vermont dearly. Living there was just a whole bunch of white people talking to white people saying that they're open and culturally diverse. How, Sway? How? It's white people talking to white people saying, oh, yeah, we're open to new things. Oh, we're definitely welcoming up all cultures. Oh, we're definitely a melting pot. Where? And I feel like that's how I feel like Jackson has been around people who are supporting him in his misogynistic, racist ways, telling him, no, you're fine. So then he comes in and says, you're right. And that's not in my vocabulary. And I would never do anything like that. And people seriously think that why didn't you treat Christy like the scum of the earth or cancer in the house? The way that that girl was going up and down and crying and making decisions and doing, why wasn't Christy the cancer of the house? Or I would have treated anyone like that. You felt your friend Jack went up in here and made the whole house go against you, like ostracize you. Why wasn't he the cancer of the house? Why was Nick not? Taryn told Jackson that Nick, the week prior to Jack winning HOH, Nick was telling Kimmy, yo, you need to put up Jack and Jackson. They're going after you, da da da. Then Jack won HOH the next week. Nick went to them and said, Kimmy's coming after you. Y'all know what Jackson did? I knew it. Oh, that bastard. Like y'all saw how he just laughs it off. I thought in any situation at any time, this is how you gonna act. Let Kimmy not like the fact that you put too much adobo on something and now she's the scum of the house. Oh, we need to get, she's cancer. Somebody you close to sitting here talking about Consuelo, go back to Mexico or whatever. Oh, but I'm not racist adjacent. What? I didn't try to come in here for a long video. I didn't even try to come in here for a long time and talk about all this stuff for a long time. I just wanted to say this. When people come to my channel, when they go to Metro D's channel, when you go to what's old boy's name? I don't know, old boy who don't like me, who I guess he boycotted this season, whatever. When y'all go to our channels, right? And y'all hear us talking about our experiences within the show or our experiences within watching, and this is what we talk about. Because these people, they go, recency bias, yeah. When you go to Recency Bias Radio channel, if you go to my channel, if you go to Metro D's channel, you know, anybody channel of color, Lockheed.D. You know, go to any person of color's channel. Outside of that, go to, let me start here first. Any person of color's channel who real black, no shade to anybody who goes on to whoever has a whatever. You know what I'm saying? Go to our channels and you'll see us, or you'll hear us talking about these experiences and seeing through the mud the experience of this guy. Because, you know, a lot of people like to say, this is just a TV show, take it out. No, this is a social experiment game. And I don't want you to ever forget it. Twist and all of that stuff, that's cute. What I do love about this game is that it's a social experiment. I talk about that all of the time. The way that you treat them, you could make everybody get evicted and still have their trust and love. And that's the social part of the social experiment. And the game part. This is a social experiment game. Now I'm gonna say the boy played the game, but I will what I also will say is that the things that we saw from him, we brought out and we talked about throughout the season, still reign true after the house. Because now he's out of the house, he's gotten a chance to watch what was going on, and instead of sitting here and coming to the point and saying, you know what, at this point, I've watched back, I've listened, I've heard different cultures, people that talk to me from different areas and backgrounds. I've done my homework to research and try to figure out what was wrong about and how I could have handled. And I've come to the realization that there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And the things that I said and the way that I acted towards women, towards people of color, I didn't know that that was there. But no, he got out, he watched, he came back, and he doubled down. He Donald Trumped it. This would have been, it could have been anybody. We're playing a game, and we're going for the end, and this and that. For him to be so gung ho and so strong and so straight on the fact that it could have been anybody in the game, but yet I don't have clips of him treating the other people like that, talking about the other people like that. And what my problem is with Rob Has a Podcast, and I just got to say this, that they try to be so buddy and so friendly that it's a platform that's big in this space of Big Brother, and being huge in this space of Big Brother. There's certain responsibilities. Well, let me not say that, because I would say there's certain responsibilities that you have to hold people's feet to the fire, confront issues that are important or addressing to the public. Rob is a white male. He ain't got no issues that I have. Neither does Taryn. For the longest time, I thought Taryn was gay. And if he just shut up and didn't say anything, he would just be a regular, strong white man and still make more money than me and every other woman and person of color out here. And they don't have no allegiance to me or anybody else out here to make sure that they're asking the questions and talking to the people about, well, this is what Taryn got. No, he ain't got no reason to double down on whether or not the person was racist. He can laugh it off and say, well, let's go to the next question. And this is why they be trying to hold back Brent Wagamore, whatever his last name is, because he's getting to the issues. And it just bothers me. And the things that he wanted to, even in the interview, and this is the Taryn. Even in the interview, some of the things he just shut up about. Oh, well, some people thought. Then this person, I was about to call him outside his name. I'm so sorry. He goes and talks about, so they talked about the N-word comment, right? When him and Jack was in the kitchen, right? So Terry and Jackson was like, well, I'm not an audio engineer, so I wasn't sure what was said, I can't. Out of all the things that he let pass, I'm talking about Taryn, all the things about the misogyny, all the things about racism, all the things about, the implicit, all of those things he let pass. On this part right here, he's like, no, I definitely understand. And I am an audio engineer. And I went back, and I listened and I rephrased and I did all of this stuff to listen to, and I went on the podcast and I said that you didn't say that. People show their true color. I'm telling y'all, watch that part of the video. I'm only going to say watch the video so you can see why I'm as upset and why I had to come on the camera like I am right now. It's bullshit. And I feel like Rob Has a Podcast and whomever's with him feed into that narrative. They're not going to have nobody like me on the show. You know who they will put, what black person they will put on. And I'm not even as hard as the rest. I'm very lenient. Y'all go watch the videos. When they get the most dislikes and people have negative qualms about the show, it's when somebody of color's on there. Y'all go see that Swaggy and Bailey. And when the people of color on the show, they don't get the dislikes go up. They knew who they're catering to, and this is why Taryn took time to make sure that out of all the things that he was talking to Jackson about, the one he did go back and say, yeah, I did go back and listen, and I'm around it, and I am an audio engineer, and I brought out this is what I did say. What I liked about Rob in the beginning was that it was a PC. It's a difference when you first start watching something and you're like, oh, okay, they understand cultural sensitivity, they care. And what I have learned, especially doing Big Brother and watching Rob as a podcast or trying to interact with that team in general, you understanding what's not appropriate and what is appropriate to say does not mean that you care. And I think that that's what that channel over there has really honed in on. But if you watch closely and you understand, you'll be able to pull it out. And out of all the things, I stopped the video at the point when Taryn was like, oh yeah, I was around it and I listened to, and I am an audio engineer, and I had to make sure I cleared your name on that part. And we got all these other things to talk about. Let me read some of the comments. Ghost said recently by Bossman said, Ghost, I'm from Connecticut. Trust me, it's black about it. Now I will say at this conference, there's a lot of black people. A lot more of them are from Hartford, and then there's a Brunswick. Y'all correct me. Put it in the comments. I can't remember. There's something that starts with a B. Ghost says I was quoting Law and Order episode. I don't watch that show. New Dog said, don't be fooled. Jax wants a entertainment opportunity. You know what? And I will say this. I don't like the girl. I really don't like Jag. Jag, look into this. The smartest thing you could do right now is shut up and live your life. Don't come back into this realm. Don't come back and don't start talking. Do it next season. Do it next season. Right now, live life. Be the happy racist you are without and not in front of the camera. That's the happiest thing that you could do. The best thing that you could do. Be happy, be racist, and be off the screen. That's the best thing you could do. And Jack, I hope you continue to do that. Because you don't want to smoke from any part of something. You saw Christy over there crying on social media. Those guys are so mean over there on Twitter. Girl, you're right, because we say what we mean. I can't take a photo of it. Okay. Let me read some more comments. Ms. Jones said, KJ said for others, he might get mad and want to Paul. Nudal said, yeah, put Robin Taryn. But Robin Taryn can be educated and talk about it. Again, I feel like Rob and Taryn, they understand what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And they do a lot of it in like subtle humor. I don't think that they care. And because I don't think that they care, the genuineness about the issues that really need to be talked about, I just hate when people, you know how Ellen DeGeneres, not that she's the best person to really, because she's been doing some very questionable LGBTQIA, things on her platform. But Ellen DeGeneres has this platform, and she understands that sometimes I gotta talk about stuff that I don't want to talk about, that I don't want to really speak of, And she does it. We got to bring it to light. And I think that Rob has a podcast. They feed off of the energy of what's going on, but they're not invested in it. So it's like, oh my God, everybody's talking racist. Make sure in your thing today you talk about the racist, you talk about the racism, you talk about the power, you talk about the colorism. But we don't care about it. So when you get a chance to now talk about the people who've done those sort of things, let's not push that issue. In fact, talk about how you took time out of your day and went back as an audio engineer and you listened to it over and over. That's what you did take time into. And you listen to it over and over and over again to clear his name. New Dog said, so Rob is a racist too. I don't think Rob is racist. I definitely don't think Rob is racist. I don't think Rob is racist. I don't think Taryn is racist. I don't think anybody over there on Rob Has a Podcast, let's be clear. I don't think that anybody over at Rob Has a Podcast channel is racist. I think that, when people were upset with Julie Chan Moonves, as people were getting evicted and they were like, girl, why didn't you ask the question? Like, why didn't you da-da-da-da? That's how I feel about Rob and what's going on over there. Not that they're racist. I don't feel like they're racist. I feel like they could be educated more, but I also feel like they don't care about the issues that affect minorities. I mean, I guess should they? They're white. They're all white men. They'll get their foot in the door just by being themselves. They can wake up in the morning and no one's going to question anything about them. They can just wake up and be and live life and get booked on the show. Like they're just white men. They don't even. They're the elitists of everybody over women, white women, and everyone else. They're just white men. So maybe they don't have to care about the issues that I feel like strongly are talked about or whatever. But I don't think they're racist. I wish that as a platform that was so large, especially in this community, they were a little bit more strategic in their approach when it came to issues of people of color. And even if you're going to, if during that week, you see that there are major issues that are hitting minorities or people, that's what the talk is about. If y'all don't want to say it, cool. Invite somebody black who's gonna. Y'all get dislikes all the time now that Caitlin Herman is doing any other review and can barely stay on task. Then you can also invite someone who's of color who's gonna say what the issue is. No disrespect to oh boy Armand or whatever. Just because you my color don't make you my kind. And I don't think he ain't fighting for me. Neither is Pooja or Pooya. Brent will take them to task, and they be trying to shut the girl up. But they're not about that. Let's glaze over, let's gloss over, let's act like we're going to talk about it, but let's not. What else? Bruh, even Jack owned up to his, dude, Jack is your best friend. Thank you. That is your boy. If you knew what you said, if you knew what he said, you know what you said too. Y'all was partners in crime. Y'all did everything together. And that's what my thing is, y'all. While he watched the show back and he saw how disrespectful, how nasty Jack was, and that's not even giving him the double take. Oh, it's just at that point he didn't say the N-word, so I got to let it go. Bill said Rob Has a Podcast is scared to rock the boat and mess up their access to the BB cast. It's like, do you want to be authentic? Let me not say that because, he's probably making more money and getting more. Doing the right, ain't no money in doing the right thing. You barely make money. Even government officials, you got to get book deals and all of the other stuff. There's no money. Not that they're the best, I don't even know why I said that because they're not the best, viewpoint of doing the right thing. But there's no money in do good work. And I say that I even say that to Bay all the time. I always say that I don't think, as someone who does app development, I don't think I'm about to surpass the amount of money that because I do good work. Like in my real life, I do good work. There's no money in do good work. And I do it because I care and I enjoy the work that I do for other people. And the money's not in people. The money is in products. Money's in, technology. Money is in, and there's not even money in technology that helps people. There's so many machines and all of this other stuff that I see on Twitter or Instagram that are cleaning up trash or making it easier for people in Africa to be able to get this type of water. Ain't no money in that. There's no money in do good work. We was having that conversation about splitting bills and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know if we should be splitting it equally if you always about to make 200,000 and I'm about to make 70 because I'm doing do good work. There's no money in do good work. So I don't think Rob's gonna rock the boat. He gonna say, yeah, they said the N-word here and there. Yeah, but tell us about the wig you have on today. Somebody said Bridgeport. Yes, that's the part of Connecticut that the other person was from. Let's talk about some real old school. However, oh, Tay, oh, what's going on, man? You up? Well, you should be up. It says 7:02 on my computer, so you should be up and getting ready to head out. Rosman said, no, I don't think that they are racist either, but if you don't stand against racism, they are part of the problem. And they are. I don't think that they will realize it takes it takes you to really step outside of yourself to realize, okay, I am a part of the problem. But you don't want to be. And I don't think that these women, I don't think that these white men want to be. I don't think they want to help with the cause of the movement. You know, I wish I could remember the full quote, but at the end of the day, why would I want to help with equity if it's going to take away from me? And I feel like with a lot of white men, y'all, and excuse me for this, but it's like I have to give away a piece of my stuff. And if we start giving everybody access, then I won't have as much. Now that they don't have legacies and years and decades and centuries of wealth already built up and locked up. What does Taryn and Rob have to say anything for? Like, the thing is, my frustration is with Jackson. I'm angry with the Rob Has a Podcast team, but then also I understand, what are they going to do? They're not going to fight with no rights for me. I don't think that Rob Has a Podcast or Rob Sister Nina or Tara Armstrong are going to be at the forefront of any civil rights, feminist, anything act. Ever. That's not their thing. So I said, did you get a nose piercing? No. My nose is way too big. But I don't think they're going to be at the forefront of that. So when I get frustrated watching them act like they're this open and honest and PC and they're be careful, or let's not go into that, but then you got people on your show talk about, the N-word comment. Oh, no, I went back. I'm telling y'all go listen to that interview, go watch that, and Tara's so gung-ho. I went back and I am an audio engineer, and I went back and I listened. So you in your spirit, and this is what I think a lot of people don't understand. Aspects like those are what you need to pull from, what you need to take. When he's talking about, he saw the show, the man, he does a review every single day of what happened the whole day. He saw what was going on with Kimmy and with David and with Ovi and with Jessica. He saw the mess because he reviews it every single day. And he had enough backed up stuff to really give Jackson the business. Okay, I hear you say that, but then when it comes to you didn't do that, or you didn't do this, or okay, this Nick thing happened. Why didn't he get the same treatment as David and Kimmy? None of that came out. Oh, but he felt so vexed, and he felt he needed to go back into the studio and listen to Jackson not say the N-word several times. And that's stuff that I feel like white people gloss over or they don't understand. Oh, but that's what None of this other stuff he's really focusing on or really pushing out or trying to get that answer from him or holding him to task. Oh, but you see how he was so serious about listening to this part of the video? Y'all hear me though? The video was hard to watch because I hate to see someone who's just not learning. And for Jackson, I definitely I gotta give I feel stupid right now because I definitely thought that he was one who would at least attempt to figure out where this is coming from. And I didn't see that. I saw him watch videos as a way to explain away his behavior. And I did not see someone who I don't think he watched to learn. I think he turned those views, I think he turned the season on and said, okay, so how can I? Sorry, y'all, I was eating Chinese, but let me watch these videos and figure out how can I make sense of why I did this awful thing. Yeah. Oh, I was mad about the cooking. Yeah. And that's sad. And when people come over to this channel and talk about, this is rape. These are the parts that you're not understanding. These are the parts that you're not getting. And I try to even dumb it down or a simple. I'm gonna say dumb it down because that was wrong. I try to simplify it in the aspect of just men versus women, boys against girls. Women have to go through things that the men were. The way that Jackson was talking to Kat and treating her, and the way that he tried to make it seem like, well, see, on the feeds they did this, but they saved it for a couple of episodes. We watch you every day. And people still come over here and don't get it. But then when you put it, that's what I'm saying, yo, go watch Jolene. You put it in a feminist way, and it's still they're like, oh, I'm not understanding. But I definitely went back and listened to several times to make sure, and I don't think you said the N word. Chris said, at this point, I want to see him on a challenge where he experienced a reality check, dealing with strong A women and don't take his verbal and his mental attack. He went last. I think he's a competitor by nature in like baseball. You know, give him a game of what does this get they have in the hotel? Pick up sticks, you know, and I think that the girl's ready to rumble with the beat. I don't, but also on that show, I don't know if because they do cast they do cast the girls. They do have their cast is they cast everybody. I hear Josh still over there, and that's two minorities. If you catch my drift, let me stop doing jobs like that. But but on the challenge they'll cast your black, they'll cast your white, they'll cast your Asian, they'll cast your Latinx, they'll cast people from overseas, they cast across the pond on the pond. They do cast everyone. So the reality check from jump probably would be just being with so many different cultures. I think that where MTV has gotten it right in some aspects because that's still a whitewash channel, where Big Brother hasn't, is that they definitely are. Because what's funny is that the people always try to make it seem like, oh, this show won't run if they start to cast more minorities. What season of the challenge are we on? And it's not like on Survivor they're casting the most attractive, ready to go people. And don't that show make more numbers? Tyler Perry's invested. For everybody who be like, oh, if they start to cast more, then the people won't watch. Da 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 da. The challenge don't seem to be having an issue. Now, I feel like they do 3 challenges in 1 year, and the show keep going and going and going. But Jackson went last. Now Jack would. Jack reminds me of some of the. The problem is, I feel like Jack can go onto the challenge and he'll become a major star. And I'll give it to him. I'll give it to the girl. I feel like Jack can go onto the challenge and tear up MTV. He'll become the next Bananas. Okay. So y'all, that's why I came on. Y'all, I don't want to say go watch the interview that Jackson did on Rob Has a Podcast, because I don't want them to think that people want that content. But then I want people to see the BS. And as I was watching it, I had to stop in the middle. I had to call it out. And not just him, tearing too. I'm sorry, y'all. And it's just, and I'm not that person. I'm not the person who likes to go back and watch and be a part of the season when the season is over. But once I saw that, I had to come back on the screen. Jackson, I really hope you take time. You or your parents or whomever, and just learn from this. And I want you to learn from this from people who are experienced. Y'all, this season of basketball wise, they were dealing with a colorism issue and them ostracizing the dark women. And then at the end of it, in order to really discuss and talk about colorism to make sure that there was no issue, they brought the lightest person on the show to say, I hope I didn't know that they were going through that. Why are we bringing white people in here to talk about racist? I was affected. Jackson, talk to people, talk to minorities, talk outside of your realm, talk outside of the people you. Y'all, what I thought was funny is that he was like, being a server, working in a restaurant, being in sales. You saw how that escalated, girl. Serving $2 meatloafs down at the high shack. Don't make you no person in sales. Child, that escalated so quickly. Yo, let me get off of this thing. I'm gonna try to take a small nap. I heard the breakfast at this hotel is amazing. Sorry I'm up so early. I think that I am again. I think that I'm still on East Coast time, so I haven't been able to sleep yet. And I wake up during the time that I would wake up if I was in the East Coast. But I'm in Colorado. I'm in Aspen. Y'all, if y'all know things to do in Aspen, put it in the comments. Let me know. Shout out to everybody who came to the live today. I didn't think anybody was going to be here because I'm up early AF. Early AF. Jackson, learn from this. Because this is sad. This is real sad. I would rather you have shut the throughout the rest of. I would rather you were already a sore loser. You could have kept it that way. I will say if you want to know more about me, but y'all, at this point, I've been working so hard. I might be using those social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter. Y'all go follow my day, Davon. She's doing new content and stuff like that. And she's also like reviewing another season, past seasons of Big Brother, which I stand. I'm about to go get busy, and y'all make sure y'all go to Custom Charm Farm and get y'all a Busy Bee. Oh, and then take a photo of you with the Busy Bee. And I'm trying to put a collection together because when Celebrity Big Brother comes together, I do want to do like this whole collection thing of it all. So make sure you go to Custom Charm Farm and get y'all a Busy Bee. And then take a photo of you with your Busy Bee. I need it. And they should be having new Busy Bees because there should be like blue ones now. We were talking about like a turquoise or a blue. So make sure y'all go to Custom Charm Farm Get y'all a Busy Bee. They cheap. Support the people out here. So get you a Busy Bee. And no proceeds go to me. But I love the creatives. I'm about to go get busy, and you guys stay busy. On. Till next time.